Hi everyone, it's Marisa from bumblebeeapothecary.com, and today I'm here to talk about constipation on the GAPS diet. So this is not something that everybody always wants to talk about, but it's something that more and more people are dealing with, and it comes up when somebody wants to start the GAPS diet, is looking into it, or tries to start it. So I just want to talk about this and share some tips from what Dr. Natasha recommends. So from what I have seen, most often constipation is a liver and gallbladder issue. Liver and gallbladder are needing to be supported a bit more. The liver is needing to produce more bile, and we'll get into that in more detail. Sometimes another thing that can cause constipation is the wrong balance of bacteria in the gut, especially the large intestines. There's a strain of bacteria that can actually paralyze the large intestine, which doesn't allow things to keep moving. So that can happen too. But in my experience helping people and in my training from Dr. Natasha, a lot of times it's a liver and gallbladder issue. So what can you do to help? Well, the number one thing, if you're thinking about starting the GAPS diet, which is a wonderful idea if you're struggling with constipation, it is the best way that I know of to heal your gut and overcome problems like this. But you do want to know a couple things. You do not want to start with the introduction diet if you struggle with chronic constipation before starting GAPS. And the reason for that is GAPS intro is very low in fiber, and so if you already struggle with constipation, going on a very low fiber diet is going to really aggravate that and make it worse. It can lead to your liver being overwhelmed, you feeling really disgusting and awful. So if you struggle with constipation before starting GAPS, Dr. Natasha says start with full GAPS. It has more fiber, it has a wider variety, and you'll more easily be able to keep things moving while you work on addressing why the constipation is there in the first place. And then after a certain amount of healing has taken place and enough time has gone by on full GAPS, then you can go to intro and do that deeper, quicker healing that intro provides. The introduction diet is fantastic for stopping diarrhea. So for people who struggle with chronic diarrhea before GAPS and tend towards that way, you want to start with intro because that'll really slow that down and eliminate that quickly. But if you are struggling with constipation, then no, full GAPS is where you want to be. So let's say you've decided to jump into full GAPS and you want to start working on getting rid of this constipation. So let's go through a bunch of different things that Dr. Natasha recommends. The first one is try greatly reducing or even eliminating high protein dairy. So this would be yogurt and kefir and cheese. Try not eating any of those things and focusing more on high fat dairy. So this would be your raw cream, or I know it's not always possible to find raw, but at least low temperature vat, small batch vat pasteurized cream that you've cultured with either yogurt or kefir culture. So having lots of that. Full fat dairy, butter and ghee are also really high fat dairy products that are good to focus on having more of. If you've tried that for a while and you're still not seeing improvement, then Dr. Natasha says try cutting out dairy entirely for a while, and a lot of times that will help. And don't worry, you won't need to stay like this forever. It's just for a time while you work on healing the cause of the constipation. It can really give your body an easier time at keeping things moving if you just cut out dairy completely for a while. Another thing that Dr. Natasha recommends for people who struggle with constipation is lots and lots of animal fat. Now let's talk about this because people with liver and gallbladder issues are going to have trouble eating a lot of fat right away. So what you have to do is start very gradually. So wherever you are with your fat intake, Focus on setting goals for yourself for eating a bit more animal fat. So this can be the cultured dairy like we talked about before, the cultured cream with either kefir or yogurt culture, the butter, the ghee. It can be fresh animal fats, tallow, lard, duck fat, chicken fat, all those kinds of things. Lots of animal fat, but again, working up gradually. So what's going to happen is the liver and gallbladder will be triggered. The liver will be triggered to produce more bile as you're gradually eating a bit more fat. And then the bile production helps you be able to digest more fat gradually. So you just work on it, slowly ramping it up, slowly increasing that fat, letting your liver adjust to digesting more fat. And then over time, you'll be able to see that you'll be able to digest and tolerate more fat. And you'll probably pay attention to some signs from your body in this time. Nausea is a feeling that you can get if your liver and gallbladder are like, whoa, that's a little bit too much fat. And there are some things that you can do to help with that. Increasing stomach acidity is really helpful. You can do this by eating sauerkraut with a meal. You can drink sauerkraut brine, that's a really good way. You can drink some diluted apple cider vinegar. You can even take hydrochloric acid pills. And then another thing that can really help if you're still feeling like you're not getting far enough along with digesting more fat, you're really having trouble with it, you can take ox bile tablets as well. So these are all things that Dr. Natasha recommends in her books. So those are some things that you can try to help your body with that process of getting used to digesting more fat, which will increase and improve the liver and gallbladder function and will help eliminate constipation long term. Some other things that you can do to help with liver and gallbladder function as well as boosting stomach acidity is taking herbal digestive bitters. You can take some of these at the beginning of the meal, and that will really help with those things as well. It'll help get your liver and gallbladder working a little bit better and have an easier time digesting fats. Another thing that is really helpful for supporting the liver and improving liver health is beet kvass. I have a video that shows you how to make beet kvass. I'll have that link down below, but that's a wonderful liver tonic. And if you're new to it, you'll want to start very slowly with like a couple teaspoons diluted in about 4 ounces of water and drinking that, and then gradually working up until you're drinking 4 ounces of beet kvass twice a day. Ginger tea is a really great thing. It's very gentle. A lot of people really enjoy it. You can mix a little bit of raw honey into it, and that really helps with motility in the digestive system to keep things moving. But it's nice and gentle. It's very soothing. It's not going to be overly detoxifying or, too much for people who are in the very beginning stages of GAPS. So that's something that I recommend too. Dr. Natasha says you can enjoy ginger tea. Try to have it twice a day. You can have it more often if you want, but that's oftentimes really helpful. Some other things that you can do to help with constipation are making sure that you're hydrated enough. If you're having a lot of meat stock, then that helps. Just drinking more water can sometimes help people, but listen to your body. Everybody's different. The time of year will dictate a lot of that, but it is worth thinking about if you're hydrated enough. Can make a big difference, especially drinking some water first thing in the morning can really help. Getting enough sleep is huge. Our body does so much rebuilding work overnight, and if you don't give your body enough time to let that process happen, it's not going to be ready to have bowel movements as often as you're supposed to. So getting enough sleep is very, very important. I can't emphasize that enough. I know that it can be easy to be so busy and just neglect getting enough sleep, go to bed later than we should, but it really makes a difference when you're trying to heal, a huge difference. Gentle exercise like walking can be really helpful for keeping things moving. Some other things that you can do are skin brushing. I have a video that talks about skin brushing and shows how to do that. I'll link that down below. Detox baths are also very helpful, especially Epsom salt baths. Soaking in a warm Epsom salt bath in the evening before bed can really help keep digestion moving as well. And it also is great for just supporting the body and helping you feel better, helping you relax and get a good night's rest. And it's a gentle detox, so it supports the body with gentle detoxification. Another thing that you can do are castor oil packs. I haven't done a video on these yet, but I do plan to. And they're something that can really help. You can massage castor oil on your abdomen and then have one of those old-fashioned red rubber hot water bottles, and then you put a towel over your abdomen and then put the hot water bottle on and then go to bed with it like that. And so that'll sit on there overnight, and that can really loosen things up and keep things moving as well. That can be really helpful for liver support too. And then last but not least, a wonderful, very easy thing that used to be very popular and is less talked about these days are enemas. So just a cleansing water enema can be such a fast, easy way to get instant relief from constipation. People usually feel so much better after doing something like this. It can be a little bit funny to think about at first. You feel like you're probably the only person that you know who does it, but it's okay. People used to do it all the time. And then other more medical things came along that doctors found easier to do, and so they kind of fell out of favor in the medical world. But let me tell you, in the GAPS world, they are your friend. Dr. Natasha has a bunch of information in her books about doing enemas. She goes through the whole process, explains exactly what to do. She talks about the cleansing water enemas, which are what you're supposed to start off with, and then another thing that is really helpful for liver support, ongoing really deep liver support and detox, is coffee enemas. So she talks about those in her books as well and talks about how to do them. So those are definitely something to keep in mind, and let me tell you, if you go ahead and try it, you're gonna feel amazing, and you're gonna see why people in the GAPS world love enemas, even though they're something that people don't usually talk about these days. All right, I hope that you found that helpful. If you have further questions for me, be sure to leave me a comment down below. You can also send me a message on Instagram or an email. My contact information is in the description box down below. Check out that description box for links to those related videos that I talked about, free ebooks and other goodies. I have a GAPS Diet Getting Started guide. I also have a free class on how to start the GAPS diet with more confidence and less confusion. You'll find links to all that down in the description box. Also, be sure and let me know if you have ideas for more videos that you'd like me to do. I always love getting your guys' ideas for what videos to make. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with anybody else who you think would find it interesting or helpful. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I get out 2 new videos every week on nourishing recipes and natural living. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.